It's always fun every single year diving into college football, seeing who's going to break out. One guy who's on his path and just was named the SEC Player of the Week is Alabama DB Bray Hubbard. He made a few plays last year, being more of a part-time player. Now he's a cemented starter in this defense. The true junior came away with 2 interceptions last week against Wisconsin. Let's dive into the tape and talk about why he's a guy who's going to be ascending for a lot of different teams, organizations, not just from a coverage standpoint, someone who's going to bring the heat every single time he steps on the field. He plays in multiple ways, big nickel, 2 high safety, a little bit of single high as well. But one of the things that stands out on tape every single game so far is the effort. So Wisconsin's coming out here. They're doing a little bit of this throwback. So you got the quarterback rushing out here, looking at options, right? Eyes from the DB Hubbard right here goes on to the quarterback. So we know, all right, I'm looking here, quarterback's rolling out to his right. Then, like I said, they do this little throwback where tight end is going to come around here, fake the little push, right? A little bit of block on the backside. Then he's going to get a lead blocker from his offensive lineman who's going to turn with him as well. Identifies, okay, ball's going out. Let's go run after it play. I'm on the backside all the way to the opposite side of the field. Let's find a way, get over there, make sure we make the tackle, right? It's not always about making the plays behind the line of scrimmage. It's the effort plays. It's the touchdown saving tackles, things that you can help bring to a defense regardless of what you're in position to do. How do you effort this out? I don't think he's got a ton of real true deep speed, but he has the football IQ to see things happen and then react to them. Triggers pretty well for the most part. And then again, he brings the hammer with him every time he comes down. He is not a soft player by any stretch. I really appreciate what he does from a multitude of different standpoints for the Alabama defense. And again, more of a single high shaded to the left side of the defense this time. And again, bringing the hammer downhill. He triggers. You'd like to see just a touch quicker on that trigger. So you see right there's the ball. He's just kind of waiting. You want to just go downhill, sprint downhill, get that. You get the outside zone from Wisconsin. Everyone's going to step out to their right here. Offense is just coming down this way. And again, with that outside zone, if you guys don't know, for running back landmarks, they are always outside, typically aiming for that outside of the tackle when you get those guys in motion. So if he's aiming for the outside hip of the tackle, typically how you can tell it is that outside zone. So right there, boom, aiming for the outside hip, going towards the tight end here. And then there's Bray Hubbard down here, the bottom of your screen. This guy is 6'2", 213 pounds. At least that's what he has listed at. And he wants to bring the wood every single time. One thing on this play specifically I'd like to see a little bit more is, again, trigger faster, and then the wrap up, right? The angle right here as that running back is gaining speed, he's coming up through this hole and angling outward. Bray is downhill. He's meeting him here, but he's meeting him where he's at right now, not where he's going to be. Right? You've got help inside here from number 0. Go and hit him on the outside a little bit, force him back inside to your help if you have to. He's able to bring him down, but you see how his arms got extended a little bit there. So that's going to bring in some missed tackles from time to time as well. So again, we've got different kinds of alignment. This time he's, again, more single high safety up here for Alabama's defense. He comes down on the run fake, and then he's reading out. So he goes to his right, and then he's goes through, traverses some traffic a little bit here, eyes on the quarterback, eyes on the football. Nice job reading, right? He doesn't just go with the running back on the fake. He knows the football is still with the quarterback. So he stops, bounces to the outside, and he goes and he makes a play right there. Again, tackling technique needs to be a little bit better, but he's a juice guy. He wants to make big hits, and when you want to make big hits, sometimes you fall off or you lead with the shoulder pad. So wrap up. Make sure you're tackling, putting that head on the football when you have the opportunity to, right across here. See how the head is on the inside shoulder. Maybe go down a little bit more so you can actually wrap up. But nice job again, seeing it, triggering it, coming downhill, bringing the wood. So from a coverage standpoint, again, he's a very good, I think, run defender, very willing, just got to work on some of the tackling angles as well as wrapping up all the time. But in coverage, they handle a lot of different things with Alabama. He'll play in 2 high shells, he'll play single high shell, but they do a lot of rotations as well, whether he's either in the hole, which is down in between 2 safeties, he can play more of a robber. Here you see him shaded towards the middle, of the offense, but shaded closer to the sideline, right? So he's going to come downhill to his left in more of this hook defender spot right there. Takes away a throwing lane from the quarterback, right? Initially, you want to probably throw this pretty quickly. If you're Castellanos, you want to throw it here to the inside. Wide the DB is doing a good job playing physically through that receiver and giving Hubbard time to get down to his point to take away a throwing lane. Quarterback gets out of the pocket. Hubbard does a nice job again of taking another receiver away, and he's going to throw that football away regardless. But you see the movement downhill, how he's able to trigger and then just kind of move in space. He does a nice job again of coming downhill, handling some of those rotations, keeping his eyes on the quarterback, moving with the quarterback, right? You want to be able to move with him. Just maintain your responsibility. He doesn't attack downhill, right? He doesn't see Castellanos getting out of the pocket and then goes try to make a tackle. He stays with his responsibility, makes sure that he's able to do and handle everything that's being asked of him as well. So from a single high standpoint, I would probably prefer him as a 2-high safety or a box safety, big nickel, like we're going to see right here, where he is aligned in the slot. And this is where we get to see a little bit more of what he's able to do in movement, right? Just coming downhill, triggering down and getting into your soft spots, you're able to see what he does, but movement in space. So we have a little bit of a play action, right? It's not true like really riding that pocket through or the mesh point with the quarterback and the running back, but eyes here down, he triggers down, and then he's able to move with that tight end, right? Tight end's going to come out here, but he stops, and then he gets back into space, right? You got the little wheel route from 85 out and up. And just the movement, the natural ability to backpedal, feel for space. He's able to flip his hips around, get that depth properly, trigger back downhill on a throw. So for a guy who's 6'2", 213 pounds, I think he moves very well in space. He's a natural backpedaler. He plays with good leverage. Those hips stay under him. He's not always over his hips, but he's able to flip those hips around and make good, accurate movements with his coverage ability. So again, one of the things about him is that he's got very good eyes. He maintains physicality through tight ends. He plays big nickel. Well, we can see him in man coverage on tight ends. This is just a really easy interception for him. The quarterback never actually saw him. But again, physicality through route. We don't have to be super maintaining physical, but just give the tight end a little bit of a jam right there and then drop, right? Quarterback wants to throw it. Obviously, he's seeing what he's seeing, right? Is he sees this DB or this wide receiver technically wide open with this defensive back playing more of a cover 3 shell. What he didn't see was that Hubbard was just getting depth properly right here. And 18, just the quarterback 18, not Bray Hubbard 18, just doesn't ever see him. And this is one of the easier picks that you're ever going to have. But again, he's moving based on the quarterback's eyes. So he was probably going to be getting depth more to his left. He goes backward because he sees the quarterback looking to throw this to the out route there or the curl. So really nice job adjusting his movements based on the quarterback's eyes. I think he reads very well in zone. He can play man because you see the hip fluidity, some of that ankle flexion at his size to play some of those bigger wide receivers and tight ends, and man coverage is all there as well. Here he is right there. Excuse me, more of that big nickel again over the tight end this time. This is where you have to be a little bit more careful with playing physically. And in college football, it's fine. You can see some of the illegal contact stuff because they don't worry about illegal contact. So past that 5-yard mark, you can be physical. I like that he's willing to play that way at the top of the route, especially because tight ends are going to want to play that way too. So when you're able to get through up the top of the route that way, throw off the timing and then get off, which he does right there. This is where he impressed me on this play. It's not necessarily the physical nature. It's the eyes after the tight end tries to, jam off of him and get through that. He maintains proper balance. He's got really good leverage, and then he's outside and he finds that football. Throw is away from him, but he's got really nice ball skills as well. Soft hands. He makes this look very, very easy. He's a good athlete, and I really do appreciate what he does movement. It never really looks fast, never really looks explosive unless he's triggering downhill, but he just maintains proper leverage on the outside there, knowing that that's where the tight end wants to go and where the throw is going to probably be. And boom, the ball comes right to him. So Bray Hubbard is not somebody that was probably on a ton of radars heading into the season, but he had a big performance against Wisconsin. He's going to be a very draftable player for me, probably closer to the day two range, especially with the versatility that he possesses with being able to play man coverage, zone coverage, play on tight ends, and play two high shells inside the box and on top of the defense as well. So a very impressive performance against Wisconsin. I can't wait to see what else he does this season because he's got a lot of skill.